Hey, it's almost time.
And who says there's nothing
Shelley
to
will
do
let
in
us
this
know when
town?
it's time to bang the gavel. She always looks over at me and gives me the nod.
Oh, yeah.
Rest of all is Stephen.
Oh yeah, it's almost time to say the
It's
pledge of
almost,
allegiance.
yeah.
Don't fill your mouth with candy yet.
This is what happens like a minute before.
It's all
It
quiet.
gets very quiet before we know we have to stand up and be.
Quiet anymore.
Okay, ladies, look at the bang. Good job. Ready to start the pledge of allegiance? Go ahead.
Yes. Go ahead. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great, good job, guys. Okay, well, welcome to a regular meeting of the Goldendale City Council. Here we have our mayor for the day, Catherine, and her sister Ruth. And they're gonna start off our meeting by singing a song for us. So are you gonna come up to Ruth and sing? You guys are gonna stand and sing or just sit there and sing? You can start whenever you're ready. Let us know.
Okay.
Okay? You want people to sing along with you, or you wanna just, you do? Okay, feel free to sing along if you know the words. This is a popular song, we should all know it. Yep. Yep.
No, louder.
We'll help you.
Okay. God bless America.
Stand beside her and guide her. Reunite with the light of the body. From the mountains to the valleys to the ocean. Let it fall. So sweet home. America, my home, sweet home.
Good job. Oh, what a treat. Well, that's a big treat for us. Thank you, ladies. Really appreciate it. So just so everybody knows, Catherine won the scavenger hunt during community days. And this was her prize to be mayor for the day. Her and her sister got a ride on a fire truck, got a tour of the fire hall, got to meet everybody that works here at City Hall and the chief of police and everybody, huh? Bossed everybody around. So the next thing on our agenda, the next item on our agenda is to ask our clerk treasurer, Shelley, to take roll call. And then after that, I can let you go back to your mom and dad and you guys can stay for as long as you want or leave whenever you want to. But don't forget your cow and then don't forget your nameplate, the one that has your name on it. You get to take that home with you. Okay, and you got your own gavel to take home with you too, right? So can you ask Shelley to please take roll call?
Can you take roll call? Lee Johnson,
Here.
Theo Wheeler.
She says here.
Laura
Yeah.
Meeker,
Here.
Ellie Casey,
Here.
Andy Holmes,
Here.
Danielle Cleveland,
Here.
and Mylan Walling.
Here. Okay, great. We have a full city council. And you're welcome to hang out here as long as you want, Catherine, or whenever your parents are ready, you can go too, okay? We'll just progress with the meeting. If it gets boring for you, you can always go, but don't forget to take your cow and your nameplate with you, okay?
Can I sit here?
You wanna sit there? All right, with your parents. We'll let you sit there for a while. Okay, the next item on our agenda is public comment. Is there anybody here or on the line that would like to make a public comment? Our first public comment is for agenda business items only, please. Anybody have their hands up on the line for a public comment? No? Anybody here like to make a public comment? Okay, we don't have any public comment, so we'll move on to the next item on the agenda. And that's the approval of the agenda and the consent agenda.
I move to approve the agenda and consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the agenda and the consent agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks. Okay, great. We'll move on to the next item on the agenda and under presentations. Project update on the chip seal water line and Darling Street project by Dustin Conroy. Thank you, Dustin.
Thank you, Mayor. We'll kind of go in that order. The chip seal project is mostly complete. They still have a few, they haven't completed any of the punch list items yet. As well as we're gonna do a fog seal over about half of the chip seal area. It'll make it look more like a regular asphalt surface, but it really doesn't. It helps seal up the rock a little bit, but doesn't provide any more structural integrity to the surface. The water line project is they're finishing up on North Columbus. They just completed the tie-in on North Columbus today. They'll move all the services over throughout the rest of the week. And then they still have Mill Street to do. Mill Street's been last because the joint that goes on the water line as it goes across the bridge there on Mill Street has been a long lead item. They still haven't received it. We're hoping that they receive it in the next 2 weeks is what the update was today, but it was ordered back in April. And so it's been a challenge, but mostly everything on that job is wrapped up besides the Mill Street job and the few connections on North Columbus. And then Darling Street project has gotten off to a slow start as well. There's been a few utility conflicts. We've had supply issues with manholes for the stormwater. They started installing the stormwater pipe, but as of today, the concrete structures had still not arrived. They're hoping to have them by Friday this week, and then street gets pulverized next week, and they'll start the full excavation on it then. So it's a little bit behind due to materials. That's kind of where we're at on all three projects.
Thanks, Dustin.
Or that answer.
Any questions?
I just got a comment, the chip sealing looked really good, especially on the streets that weren't paved at all and just gravel, looked really good, so.
I think it turned out really well too. The test will really be over time. And especially too, as more traffic gets on it, it'll start looking more and more like asphalt all the time. First few days, got quite a few complaints that we turned our paved streets to gravel streets, but it's starting to come back now. It just takes a little bit of time.
Steve.
Obviously, they weren't able to do them all. It's unfortunate too. One street in particular, Chatfield. Why was it left off?
We had $1 million, and so we had to pick. We tried to go off scores, but we can apply for them. There's money available to pavement preservation every year. And so it's something we can apply for, but just had to draw the line someplace on it. So
All right, thank you.
Anybody else have any questions for Dustin? Thank you, Dustin. Appreciate it. Okay, we'll move on to the next item on our agenda, and that's department reports. And we'll start with Chief of Police, Mike Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. Few things to go over tonight. I got a call from Law Publications. What they are is they do magazines and like colored books, different things for law enforcement agencies. It's a free opportunity that I took advantage of. And what they do is they have a magazine that's drug awareness that we can use to get into the schools through the public for students and also parents to educate on what drugs look like, what is the trends, different things like that, and a full magazine that they're publishing for us. Also, we ordered some coloring books that have education for stranger danger, different things, for the younger kids as well, that we get into the schools. And for community days, different things like that. So it's all free to the city. With that, what they do is they go around to different, businesses and ask for, you can advertise in the magazine, sponsorship programs with that. So basically the public pays for that. We had an overwhelming, I thought, response with that, with some of the people that got on board were the Quality Inn, Les Schwab Tires, Goldendale Market Fresh, Point S Tires, Goldendale Pharmacy, State Farm, S&S Auto Value, Simcoe Insurance, and the Clean Tap PUD. There's a few others that are waiting for corporate, okay for that. There was a couple that weren't able to do it. I was hoping our school district would get on board with that. They didn't have the funds apparently to do that. We're still going ahead forward with it. I think it's a great project, and it's an opportunity for us to get that material that we couldn't afford else otherwise. So, with that, we've just been busy last month. Calls were 329 calls for service, so we had 14 arrests. So that's kind of up again another month, and so we're just gearing up and keep moving forward.
Yeah, thanks, Chief.
What are the main categories there? I mean, like robberies, carjackings, homicides, what are your main ones?
Well, fortunately, we haven't had any homicides in Goldville this last month. We have had them, and so that's one of our categories. We had 8 thefts, 3 property damage, 3 violation no contact orders, which were 2 arrests on those. We've had 17 DV domestic violence assaults, 6 arrests on those. We've had 3 stolen vehicles. We've had 1 vehicle prowl. We had 2 drug cases. We had 3 warrant arrests. We had 12 disorderlies, 3 weapons offense, 6 trespassing, 49 citizen assists. Traffic related calls were 37 with 3 arrests. Welfare checks were 16, suspicious circumstances were 31. Agency assists that we help at other agencies were 23. We had no deceases last month, which was good. So for the rest of the total arrests were 14. So
I noticed you say they only had 2 drug offenses.
yeah.
Well, could you say, or were any of the other offenses drug related?
I would say most of our suspicious calls, most of our assaults are drug related. In some sort of way, people are either using, whether or not they're, selling, dealing. I mean, our state has legalized a lot of drugs. And so that's accounted for a lot of these issues.
One question, is that available for City Hall and also give it to the school district? Just the main office so they can look at that magazine?
Yeah, yep. I'll bring a copy in for everybody once the publications are out.
Okay. Okay, very good, thanks.
Thanks, Chief. Fire Chief Noah Hall.
Yeah, so we might get a complaint. The mayor for the day was doing the lights and sirens there at the fire station, so but it was fun doing that. So our department's been pretty busy this last month, so we've averaged 4 calls a week. And normally it's maybe 2 a week. And for whatever reason, this last month been busy for us, so. That's all I got.
All right, thanks, Chief. Building officials, Walter Thompson.
Okay, well, looking at our permits year to date from last year to this year, we're about on this track where we were. The main difference is, valuations and revenue has gone up about $12,000 from permits this year. And that has to do with new construction, new houses being built, so those permits are quite a bit more. So we've had, I think, 4 to 5 houses, new houses, and then we've had mobile homes also going in, so that adds up. And then the project at the school, what they're doing there with the new track and field. So some of that falls into our category as far as structural stuff, so we have to permit that. So that's why those are up. Last year, year to date, code cases till September 2nd was 43. This year we're at 71. A lot of that has to do with vegetation cases and let's see, inoperable vehicles is some of, so that's our numbers that are up from last year on that. So that's what brought that number up to almost 30 more cases year to date from last year.
Thanks, so. Thanks, Robert.
Can I ask a question real quick? So I'm sure that anyone on Facebook in Goldendale has seen the scuttlebutt about possible loitering on the courthouse lawn and ordinances and this and that. So I guess for both of you, are there specific ordinances that say what people can or cannot do? And are there any laws being broken? Because I would just like to be able to give an absolutely honest answer when I'm asked these questions.
So that's probably more of my question.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, there is no laws broken. You can sit in a courthouse lawn. Everybody has that same opportunity. Sometimes we see somebody we may judge or have a different presence of what we think is acceptable or not, but according to law, there's no laws this time being broken. We do enforce trespassing on certain homeless camps that we have removed already. We are enforcing that. If it's on private property or if it's on a city property that has an ordinance with no camping, like our parks. The courthouse lawn is not a park. It's owned by the Clean County, and it is up to them to their guidelines of who they allow there.
Even within the city limits?
Yep, and there's, I mean, you have the right to sit down and, there is no overnight camping. They can't pitch a tent and sleep there overnight. That would be illegal according to ordinance because there's no camping. But sitting there all day, you have the right, if you want to go to any one of our parks and take a nap, you have that right to do. So.
There are some, there's a time, I think, where the parks are closed. And if they're down there when the parks are closed, then that would be offense, right? I think.
And that's just for the parks, though, not for the.
City park,
There is no timeline on the, and I know the courthouse is, for some reason left the power on those poles. And allowed people to use it, so there is no theft of services there until they put a lock on that power box and shut that off for all people, so.
I think the important thing to remember is if any member of the public witnesses a crime happening, whatever it may be, or wants to report suspicious situations, our police department's always available to call in those kind of things, but as Chief explained, there's no law being broken by just being.
That's what I knew I was right. I basically wanted this so it could be put on record, so anyone watching this can know the law also.
It is frustrating. We see people bringing other stuff more than a normal person would, pack around. As long as you don't leave it. If you leave it, then it's, criminally littering over a cubic foot, which you will go to jail for that, so.
One item that discourages them when they turn the sprinklers on.
Yep.
The electrical situation, you say until we put a lockbox on it.
Well, the county, it's county property, the county.
And the county's been brought aware of
The
it.
county's light poles, so.
Oh, we're talking about the courthouse law. Oh, I thought we was done. Okay, well, I went through that. But I got a couple of items for Robert. I've brought it up before, at the east end of Brook Street. You cleaned it up once down there, and it is back. Big and beautiful. I'm sure you're working on it. But what I'd like to ask is, that's city easement through there, isn't it?
Yeah, there's the city right away.
Well, now, you go south of that a little bit, where the old railroad right away was, that's been blocked off. Why can't we block that off?
Is it the city right away, or does it go back to the one property on the?
Not Brook Street,
So Brook Street continued on through.
it's supposed to.
We could probably block it off. I don't know. I'd have to look into this.
It's a suggestion.
Right.
It's a suggestion to look into it,
Yeah.
because, we got the rules and laws, unfortunately, a lot of people just blow them off. And this is repeat. So, what do? Well, put a fence.
Well, that certainly help.
And the other item is, the west end of Northeast High Street, vegetation along there. Yeah, when I see that all taken care of, I'll probably never bring up another issue to you.
All right, beyond it. Oh, I don't know if anybody noticed the house on the railroad.
Yes.
On which one?
Railroad.
It's gone.
Yeah, I saw that the house was gone, but now it's like this high worth of garbage.
Yeah.
They were all out of it.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome.
So, yeah, it was finally torn down.
Thank you. City Administrator Sandy Wells. Okay, well, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda. And that'll be report of officers. And I'll start here with Myland Walling.
Mayor, I guess I'll pass tonight. I don't have anything tonight. Thank you.
Danielle.
I just wanted to remind people of a POMC meeting, or it's actually not a meeting, it's a gathering on the courthouse lawn tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. And POMC stands for Parents of Murdered Children. And what they're going to be doing there is they're going to be planting trees in memory of. So I highly encourage anyone who can go there and support the families and remember the children that they lost. Also wanted to just say, great job with all of the fire things that have happened lately. The fire department has just been phenomenal. And like you said, your workload is kind of doubled as of late. And so just know that it's appreciated and thank you. And same with the police.
Thank you. Andy on.
There was something I was gonna bring up and I totally forget, so I'll write it down next time.
If you think of it, let me know. Ellie Casey,
I've got.
Lauren Mager, Fionn. Did you have a report?
Well, it was brought to my attention that, they are gonna have some sort of rally or something tonight at Klickitat Valley Hospital in honor of Dr. Stoney being let go. I'm not sure how many people's doctor she was, but she was my doctor, and it's pretty sad that she's gone. But anyway, I don't know if anybody had heard about that, but I
Thanks.
couldn't make it. Okay.
Yeah. Steve Johnston.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Okay, thanks. Okay, well, I had something I wanted to share with the council. I received a letter from the Department of Ecology and is a 2024 wastewater treatment plant outstanding performance award. It says, congratulations, the Goldendale wastewater treatment plant is receiving the 2024 wastewater treatment plant outstanding performance award. Excuse me. Of approximately 300 wastewater treatment plants statewide, yours was among the top wastewater treatment plant operations in 2024. Ecology evaluates specific domestic wastewater treatment plant information for individual permit compliance. Your plant is one of the top performers for regularly meeting permit criteria, conducting monitoring, and reporting data. This is the 5th consecutive year the Goldendale wastewater treatment plant received this award. Ecology acknowledges the exceptional level of effort required to protect water quality and provide this critical service to the communities you serve. Dedicated and proficient operators are essential to successful plant operations and to protecting the health of Washington's waters. Thank you for your continued commitment to excellence. Joe Kenning, PhD, Water Quality Program Manager for the Department of Ecology. So really proud to receive this award, and big props to our Public Works Department and our wastewater treatment plant operators for their excellence. So that's all I had, and we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, and that's open public comment. Is there anybody that would like to make a public comment? Any topic? Anybody on the line that would like to make a public comment? Never tell if there's a hand up.
Roger has his hand.
Roger, would you like to make a public comment? Please state your name.
It's Roger Nichols, and I'm calling from my home in the Dalles. But my question, it's more of a question than a comment. I was hoping to get the last name of your temporary super mayor today and how they're spelling their first name so that we get it in the paper properly.
you want to tell, Mr. Nichols your first and last name and how to spell your first name and last name?
My name is Catherine Eyrick, and my first name is Kathyryne. And then my last name is Ihrig.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and congratulations. Also, congratulations to your sister who has been keeping you honest for all this evening. Thanks.
They're a good team. Is there anybody else that would like to make a public comment? Thank you, Roger. Nobody else has their hand up? Yes, please step forward to the podium and state your name and area of residence, please.
Janice Parsons, Goldendale, Washington, and about the homeless that are on the courthouse lawn, there's a lot more homeless in Goldendale than I've ever noticed before. I've lived here for over 20 years. Is there any assistance available to them to help them with fall and winter coming? It's gonna be a larger issue than we've ever had in the past. We've had people die in their cars. So I'm just curious, like, is there, I know that there's help with the, like, I think it's right across the street, what is it, with the drug?
The Recovery Cafe.
Yeah, recovery.
Yeah.
But is there like a housing that we can offer them? Is there anybody in charge of like where we should tell them to go to get help or food, housing, anything like that?
One good resource, and you can elaborate if you can, Chief. One good resource is WAGAP, Washington Gorge Action Programs. They do an awful lot for those in need in the community. I've seen it firsthand, and they have a couple different offices right on Main Street. And that's the one that I'm familiar with, that I've worked with the most. Is that your experience, Chief?
Yeah, that's the only resource we have currently.
I've talked with LogApp and their waiting list for housing is very long. So like an emergency situation is kind of what I'm.
And the problem is like with WAGA, they require you to be clean and sober. And so there's a lot more people that are coming up that are not eligible for that housing. Emergency circumstances, we do have Red Cross vouchers that we can put somebody up in emergency situations, but those are one-time use only through Red Cross. So a lot of times we'll try and either transport them or get them transportation to Yakima or the Dalles, because those are the only two closest cities that we have that have some more resources, housing available. But it's a tough decision right now. We have the community transportation that brings people up from other locations, thinking it's cheaper in Goldendale, but we don't have the resources, and it's not cheap as it was, 5 years ago or 2 years ago. So it's kind of, people get here and get kind of stuck sometimes. And so.
Yeah. I know some of the local churches in the past have offered supplied help to people in need too.
They do, and that's kind of I know the Father's House does some stuff with that, but it's a limited, they're not zoned, they're not licensed to be able to do long-term housing. So it's kind of an overnight stay, but let them take a shower there and clean up to go somewhere else, but it's not they're not a sanctioned place to actually have residents. So
I was gonna just make that comment too, the Father's House is limited. Do we assist them in any financial way to Father's House or any city? I don't recall.
No.
Yeah. I would think that would really help Father's House would be almost a full-time security person there. But of course that would cost money, but then. But no, I thought about that too. Winter's coming and it's gonna be tough.
Mr. Johnson.
I just would like to reiterate what the chief just said. 90% of these people are not Goldendalites.
Yeah, I lived there.
I wouldn't quite say, Steve, I wouldn't quite say 90% of them, because there's a good number that are on that courthouse lawn are local people.
Well, that's the 10%.
Well,
I didn't say them all. Maybe my numbers might be a little off.
Yeah.
If there's
So what?
somebody
A lot of them
interested in
are.
trying to figure out a plan.
They're coming from out of town.
So like, I don't even know what I'm asking, but I see there's a need, so there's a huge gap here and experiencing it. I don't want kids walking to school and seeing that.
And part of the increase lately was because some people, when they revamped the Cottonwood RV Park, those people were evicted because their houses were demolished because they were unlivable. And so by creating that cleanup down there, that kind of did the overspill. I know the people at the courthouse lawn, I've talked to them, I've dealt with the families. They're working on getting the Yakima. It's just a matter of financial they have family elsewhere that they're trying to get to. And so it's kind of a temporary thing, and as well as it should be cleaned up on its own, before winter. It's, most of them don't want to be here during winter. We see the influx in summer where they come up because it's 70 degrees at night. Once it starts getting cold, we'll see a decrease of that. So hopefully that kind of takes care of itself. There is a need for lower income housing here. There used to be, apartments that were full of that, and now they're kind of full. And so we're just like any other city kind of struggling through that. And it comes down to financials. The police department doesn't have it in our budget to, I wish we did, but we don't. So that's kind of.
There definitely is no easy answer.
Well, absolutely, Your Honor. And it's very involved. A couple other items here is mental illness and drug abuse. Some of these people, they will be confronted and they refuse the services. They flat refuse to take some of the services because they won't clean. So what do you do? They'd rather camp out on the lawn. And if there's no rules against it, what do we do? No, it's a multifaceted issue, and there are no easy answers, for sure. Anyway,
Thank you. Is there anybody else on the line that would like to make a public comment or here in person? Nobody else has their hand up. Okay. Well, that being said, we'll close public comment. And the next item on our agenda will be an executive session. So we'll take a brief recess to clear out the area for executive session. And we'll thank our mayor for the day and our mayor for the day, Sister Ruth, for coming and doing such a good job in leading the city for the last couple hours. We really appreciate it.
The mayor pro tem?
Yes. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Don't forget to take your helmet there, your fire helmet. You got the little one, right? I'm gonna have to keep that one. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you can get it one more time. Good job. And we'll take you gotta take that home with you. And don't forget your sunglasses. Wow. And thanks for coming. You guys did great.
Thank you.
And good job winning that scavenger hunt. I can throw that garbage away for later. Okay. Your battery. Okay. Don't forget your sweatshirt. Good job. Thanks. Good to have you. Stop by again someday.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and clear out the room and we're going into executive session now. Okay,
You wanna know why I'm here?
would you like, well, we were just about to wrap up the public comment, but if you were here for a public comment,
Came for.
okay. Okay, then we'll go ahead and first person, please take the podium and state your name and area of residence, please. And we have 3-minute public comment. And so 3 minutes per person. For 30 minutes. So please state your name and the area of residence.
Holden Street, that's very bad.
Okay,
And as far as the homeless go, something needs to be done. I mean, we have enough people in this community where if housing is an issue, then people need to get together, the ministers, the different organizations in town, and put up a homeless shelter. They don't belong on the courthouse lawn. It won't take long for it to start looking like Portland, California, Seattle. It starts with one and then it continues. And granted, there are people that definitely need help, but you can't. Okay, I was one of the people that read the comments online, and I was one of the people who spoke up about it. Everybody's situation is different. And I don't care how bad we feel for the homeless. It doesn't It's not gonna do us any good to coddle them and to give them handouts when some of them prefer to live on the streets. I'm not saying these guys do, but some of them do, and that's just a fact. You know, if they're elderly, they've got social security, they've got Medicare, they got the senior center, there are places they can get the help they need. We can't just say, these poor people have no place to stay. Which is what they basically did in California and Seattle. They're homeless. Let them stay wherever they want. Next thing you know, you got needles on the street, you've got feces on the street, you've got all kinds of crime going on. We don't need that here. We need to get together as a community and work together to find a solution. That's my comment. The courthouse lawn is not a place for them. They shouldn't be there.
Thank you,
That's it.
appreciate it, thank you.
I just did over.
Okay, would you like to state your name and area residency for the record, please? Yes,
He knows me.
yes,
Remember me?
yes.
I will absolutely pull it, traipse up and down here if you don't do something about it. I think it's awful that we have to have that on our courthouse lawn. There's any place else that they can go, not the courthouse lawn. And I agree with her. They are senior citizens. There's all kinds of places. I'm a senior citizen. You can go all kinds of places and get help. There is no reason for this. And it looks bad. Makes us look bad. And I'm too proud of our town to do that. Okay?
Thank you.
Now you're gonna do something about it. Promise me. Yeah, please.
Right now, it's not city property.
It's city property.
The county courthouse is owned by the Clickitat County.
Well, I
And
agree with that,
if
but
they let people be there, there's no crime with that. And if there's no crime, I cannot remove somebody. I couldn't remove you if you want to go sit down there. You're more than welcome to sit on those benches before anybody else gets there and take that spot. You're more than welcome to do that. I couldn't remove you, and I can't remove anybody else that wants to sit there.
but it's in the city,
Yes, it is.
so it should be city property, even though it's a courthouse.
It's county courthouse property inside the city limits.
The county courthouse be in the city property.
They own the property.
Very easy.
County.
It would be like if somebody came and sat and you allowed somebody to sit on a bench in your front yard, I cannot remove that. If the county wants somebody gone, they can trespass them. If the county wants to shut off the power to those light poles, they have that ability to do
Okay,
that.
then, so what you're telling me, I accept that. So I have to go to the county with this, is what you're saying.
If you want somebody removed from county property, yes.
Okay. Then that's our next step, isn't it? Okay, can I post that it is county property?
Post whatever you want.
Okay, that's all I care about. Because I was told it was city property, it was your responsibility.
I wish I could shut the power off to the county.
So I came to you and I came to the mayor, because I know you two I know you guys, well, you do stand up for me. I want them gone. Okay, I don't want our town to look bad. I'm too proud of
I
that.
don't think nobody does. But if people have rights, and I have to respect their rights. And so I can tell they committed a crime.
Right.
And if there's a crime, I would gladly remove it. But so far, there's been no criminal activity.
There's no drug. They're not smoking. I'm the Inquisition.
None that I've seen.
Huh?
No crime that I've seen so far. We're in the great state of Washington, it's legalized a lot of stuff, so. But if they commit a crime, we will enforce it.
Thank you.
Don't do nothing to be done, Linda.
Huh?
Don't do nothing's gonna be done.
Okay, I'm going to the county.
Okay, thank you for your comments and that's okay,
No,
Thank you.
I'm not happy about this at all.
thank
But
you.
if you get them, the county,
Yeah,
then you won't arrest me, right?
it's a free
No,
country.
no.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming and
Oh.
your concerns. Thank you. Thank you.
To be safe here, that's all.
I understand.
We want tourists to come and spend money here.
Understand.
The deer too.
Dear, she does.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so much. I don't know. Okay. Okay, great. Well, we'll go ahead and move on to the next item on our agenda, and it's executive session. Do we think, do we want to start off with, 30 minutes?
Is everyone up there supposed to be
We just
here
have to
for?
wait till as soon as you guys get a time, then we'll.
Oh, okay.
Then everybody-
Does 30 minutes sound, good to start off with? I think it.
There's 20 minutes maybe?
We start with 20 and we can extend it.
Always extend.
Okay.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Okay, we'll start off with a 20-minute executive session, and if we need more time, the council can extend that. Thank you.
That's it. Well, 30.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Nancy. Thank you.
Everybody has to go.